Hey guys, back again. I'm going to do a quick review of the Zippo hand warmer. Hopefully you can see that. I was going to do a kind of special indoors white lighting tabletop, camera pointing down, proper review of this, but as you know, I'm stuck in the woods, can't get out, a little bit cold. So what better time to review a hand warmer than when I actually need it. So yeah, this is the Zippo 6-hour hand warmer. You see, it's actually a lot smaller than the 12-hour version. Just give you a teaspoon for comparison. And it comes with this little cup, which is smaller than the 12-hour version, obviously, and there's a line on there, I don't know if you can see it, that says 6 hours. And what I do, I don't often want 6 hours, because once you start these things, you can't stop them. So what I do is I kind of go either to the bottom of the P's if I want maybe 1.5 hours, or the middle of the writing if I want 3 hours, and it kind of works out well that way. So you fill these things, you just pull the top off, and it shows you the wick, which is where the catalytic conversion happens, and underneath that is where you fill. So there's 3 holes, 2 of which are kind of got some cotton wool in there, and then the middle one allows you to put the fluid in. So let's go ahead and put some lighter fluid in the canister, and I'll do actually probably do 6 hours, because I'm out here all night. I've got nowhere to go, and it is pretty cold, and I'm having trouble getting a fire lit. So this is the perfect opportunity, isn't it? So I'm just going to gently, carefully fill that up to the 6-hour line. There we go. Try not to spill all the Zippo lighter fluid all over the place. Yeah, I managed to get it on my hands, so I must be quite careful. So yeah, and then once you've done that, you just put that nozzle in there and feed it in. There we go. So that's all in there, and then the formal instructions say that you now need to wait, pop that back on there, you now need to wait 2 minutes before you light this. And I think, given the fact that I've just got a bit of lighter fluid on my fingers, I think it's probably a very good idea just to give it a few minutes before I light that up now. Put that aside. Once you're happy that you're not going to explode and that you've cleared away your lighter fluid, and that any sort of spillage is evaporated, then you can go ahead and light this. And lighting it's not difficult, but I wish they would find a way of building in an integrated lighter into this, because you need to carry, a regular lighter or a Zippo if you have one. And you basically just wave the flame over this for a few seconds, and then turn it over and just do the same thing on the other side. And if I put my hand over the top, I should be able to tell whether it's lit or not. Yeah, that's lit, so that's giving off heat. You can't really tell. However, if I kill the filming light, we may see a glow. No, can't see anything at all. I think the 12-hour version is a lot more obvious when it's lit, but I can tell just by putting my hands over there that that is lit. So if I put the lid back on now, and that will now start to heat up the whole unit, and it gets to the point where you can't touch this, especially if you've left it out in the open. Now it comes with this little case, and the case is not just to protect it, it's actually to restrict the airflow that gets through to this. So once it's lit and starts to get really warm, you're going to want to pop it in the bag, and then you can control the heat to a certain extent by how open or closed the bag is, or how much you have it poking out the top of the bag, for example. Maybe a little bit like that, or if you drop it in, it's going to get a bit cooler. Because once this thing gets going and it's out of the case, it gets really hot. And in fact, I made the mistake of falling asleep with this opened up very near me, and when I woke up, I went to pick it up and I actually burnt myself. So yeah, word of caution, definitely be careful if you are using it without the cover, because it will get extremely hot. And now that's starting to get quite warm, and I can definitely feel it starting to warm up, and that will keep me warm for about 6 hours. So really good. I think it cost me about £30, maybe £26, something like that. I think it's a pretty good price. You obviously need fuel, but that's not expensive. And yeah, in situations like this, in the cold, in the damp, when it's very difficult to get a fire lit and you really need something to keep you warm, this is really going to do the job.